First and foremost, let me open up by saying I'm not the greatest PvPer. I would say I'm maybe mildly above average. I'm most definitely, after reviewing some True Vanguard, which I swear is the greatest PvP teacher in this game, after re-reviewing some of his videos to refresh on some of the lessons I used to remember, I've seen way too many mistakes in this game. I'm 90% sure that the kinetic auto rifle and the elemental pulse rifle are the best weapons in this game at the moment for consistency and damage in PvP. Now, hand cannons are a unique thing. I always find it whenever you get a hand cannon, you gotta relearn how to shoot it. So I'm trying to give it some time. I'm trying to do some strikes, I'm trying to force myself in PvP. But I'll use hand cannon in the next game, and as you can tell, every time I pretty much pull it out, I just get wasted. So I really gotta work on my hand cannon shot and getting it really crisp. But it just doesn't feel like this game shoots nearly the same as last Destiny. Especially for hand cannons. I'm not sure what the deal is there. Still waiting for other people's reviews to come out on that too, so we'll see. But the auto rifles are shooting really well. And the kinetic one, it has a lot of damage and a lot of precision really fast. And high caliber rounds. Couldn't tell you if the other one has it offhand or not. I will be opting for the control game mode because I am mostly a noob that just has a mild grasp of what the classes can do. First change, if you're a striker fan, I am also opting for the flashbang here because I'm liking the fact that it has the effect to throw people off. As you'll notice, okay, first thing, if you're a striker from a previous game, if you're a Destiny 1 striker, you'll notice that the shoulder charge activates 3 seconds after running and does not stop until you stop running. So you can hold this bad boy until you hit someone. Though your shoulder charge is your melee. So as soon as you shoulder charge somebody and actually connect to them, you'll have a cooldown on the shoulder charge. You can continue to use shoulder charge until you actually connect to somebody though. So it's almost a good idea to not hit somebody. But it does cool down pretty dang quick, so that's not usually a problem.
Zone B lost.
Now, you have a new move also if you're used to the Destiny 1 gameplay, and it is the barriers. You have one of two options. You, as a striker, you can create a wall, a larger wall field, or a smaller wall field. The smaller wall, you have the ability to duck behind and automatically reload your weapon. But people often can shoot you over the top of the wall. So I've been opting for the bigger wall. And every time I'm stuck in one of those moments where my pants are down and I'm about to hit the ground, I find it is the perfect option to just throw down. You'll see me use the barrier in a lot of good spots here. Especially when I'm capping a base and I see a little red on the radar, I'll throw the barrier down.
Zone C lost. You captured Zone A.
I see a guy coming up behind me on the radar, so I just pull out of the middle of the thing, so he's not expecting me there. I tried for the flashbang, but I'm not sure where he went. I'm getting team fired at this point. I tried to juke around the pillar, and I should not have went back in without a shield, but I ended up getting a kill.
Zone A lost.
Sometimes you gotta make the risky plays. So far we've denied them too. No, I
Zone
am
B
wrong. We have
lost.
not denied
Your
them. So I
enemy
throw
has
up
a
the
power
barrier,
play.
a little bit of
I
cover.
envy your strength,
I know that
Titan.
they can only shoot me from one side at the moment, so I can aim down this hallway. And they all just kind of
as
funnel
one.
through there too,
I
luckily.
love it. You captured Zone A.
Telling you though, the barrier can cover your backside really well for a couple seconds. Not like all day. The thing is easy to rip through, but god dang. At this point, right here, I'm realizing that the pulse rifle is an automatic pulse rifle. So it shoots pulse bursts, but in automatic fashion.
You captured Zone
Which
B.
is completely
Zone
awesome
advantage
because
is
it doesn't
yours.
have a bad
Zone
recoil
C
at all.
captured.
Probably
Total
makes it better
control.
than the other pulse
Good
rifle.
work. Zone A lost. You're pulling ahead. Keep it
Throw
that
the
way.
random shoulder charge out. Now we're cooling down though.
You and your
Now we're
allies
cooling
move
down.
as one.
Right here, I'm making a mistake of going way too high. That's my biggest mistake in all these games, is I need to stick lower to the ground. Right here, I got guys behind me, so I just go straight in, try and see what I can do. They're behind me, he was in front of me, my health, my shield was down, so I needed to make a play. So I tried to at least trade. Go in and see if I can get them. Sometimes they're not ready for you and you can get them without dying, but sometimes they get you too. Sometimes they're ready and they jump above the doorway and you go in to try and kill them, they just snag you. Right here I see got perfect kind of opportunity to like
Zone B lost.
what I think is the
Zone
perfect
C
opportunity
Zone
to kind of
advantage is yours.
have a little extra
You're
cover.
dominating the field.
I also
Don't
love
let
that
up.
it creates sight lines where people don't expect them. You know?
Zone A lost.
I see a bunch of people, so I go for the jump over their head. It's the worst idea at this point. I missed my grenade, and I'm trying to shoot two guys while I'm in the air. I go for the super, and I just get down. He punches my face before I even land it. At this point, I'm just crossing my fingers to hope that my super's not wasted. And thank you, Jesus. And thank God, I still got it ready to go.
3 minutes. Hold strong.
And the super in this
and this
game,
battle is yours.
I gotta say, I'm not like. I gotta say, I like it. It has room for improvement. I really like it though. I really like the fact that everyone has a super you pretty much activate,
Zone D lost. It's a power play.
and it
Get those
keeps
zones
going.
back.
You pretty much turn on and it stays
there.
on for a little while,
Fight
and you got a
on
couple
and
moves you
claim
can do while you're
victory.
doing it. I see this guy here, so I'm thinking I got my super still. You cap the base, man. Here we go. We're going for the super slam, and they get me. But the super still aftershocks as
Zone
well.
C captured. No
So
victory
you got a
certain.
couple things you can do with your Fist of Havoc
Stand your
now.
ground.
Before it was a one-shot wonder. Now you can drop 3 Fists of Havoc, or you can do some electrical shoulder chargey knees that remind me a
Zone
lot
B
of the Blade
captured. You have
Dancer's
zone
Blade
advantage.
Lunge from Year 1 Destiny. So if you get into the middle of people, it'll auto track, and you can kind of just leap to kind of just shoulder charge through everyone. And it's an improved one, so it doesn't like deal half their health. It usually one-shots everybody. You get a few of those off. I couldn't tell you how many offhand because I usually drop at least one fist
A victory
during my
well
super.
executed.
But I know for sure you can get 3 Fists of Havoc. Pretty cool. Some of the other classes have combos they can do, and I wouldn't mind having a combo. Maybe I need to experiment a little bit more before I get into it to see if I get it. This was one of my luckier games where I actually got a few kills and didn't die too often, but it was using what I would call the best combo of guns in the game: the kinetic auto rifle and the elemental pulse rifle. We're gonna swap over to lightning grenade. And as much as I want to try the other lifts, I'm not ballsy enough to try them in PvP before I experiment with how they move in PvE a little bit. And I'm pretty much not confident at all in the other barrier in PvP. I think I tried it once, and it pretty much, like in PvE, you can tell. If you use in PvE, it gets shot over almost all the time, and you gotta really think about your placement. And I imagine the same thing would happen in PvP, you'll have a couple good opportunities where it works, and it works for other people. I'm not sure if it's non-titans as well, but I jumped behind someone else's barrier and I got a free reload on my weapon. So the small barrier does work for other players, or at least other titans. But it really doesn't work for that. The big barrier is almost like a defensive cooldown for that one moment that your pants is caught from like jumping too high or running around the wrong corner.
No zones means no victory. Take them and crush your enemies.
Or when you're trying to cap a base and you need something to cover your back. Or when you're trying to create a new vantage point. Like, it has so many useful opportunities that it's hard to let the big barrier go. I fucked up there. Luckily, I came out of it with a kill, though. Oh, this guy totally jukes me, though. He just backed into the corner. My pistol shot, as I called, every time I use a hand cannon, I lose the engagement. That was an easy shot to make, but nope. And that was just a bad play. I have this habit of running in a lot of times to try and see if I can make a good play, even if it's a bad situation. And then I think about it afterwards, and I'm just like, that was really bad, and I maybe should have done something different.
Zone advantage is yours. Zone C.
That's why I'm working on that. A lot of these games, and this was a bad barrier placement, straight up. I seen the guy on my radar to my back left last second, and it just was not quick enough. The time I got the barrier down, I knew it was too late. See this guy run a force, so I'll let him have it. I figure he's probably going to do more useful things with it than me.
Have advantage.
So I try to make the break for the other one on the other side of the map. There's a lot of dudes, so I back up.
Zone B
I see
lost.
some big red on the radar, so I make my way back a little bit. A bit of a chop. It's weird that it does that. Maybe I need to bring up my other game capture card. I'm not even 100% sure that I hit any shots on that guy to help kill him. I can see the massive red to my left, and I'm just like, oh god. Barrier. I didn't turn before I put it down though, like I should have, but at least cuts off one dude. I see the other guy. I'm just waiting for him. I'm just waiting. There he is. He gets me though. I was just standing out in the open like a noob. That would have been the perfect time for a barrier. Because a lot of times people will run out and you'll have a barrier and they won't have expected it. So you'll be shooting from behind cover and they won't be, and you'll win the gunfight. Right? It's all about creating those opportunities where you have a slight advantage. Or maybe trying to lead people back to where you do. So I'm thinking I got advantage with a hand cannon in this close engagement, right? And then I'm getting team fired here.
Only 5 minutes left. The enemy has gained ground, but it's not over.
There's no way out. Maybe I could have made a play. Probably could have thrown a grenade and maybe peeled sooner by watching the radar. Pull out the auto rifle. It's got pretty good range. The second guy gets me though. I did not expect him to be there. And the guy coming up from behind had me a little scared, so I was trying to move forward a little bit.
Zone A secure.
We are just gonna absolutely crush this one. And I know my hand cannon skill is playing a lot into that. Right here I take a lot of heat, so I'm gonna try to make my way around and get a better vantage point. Should have probably tried to shoot from behind cover. Most definitely.
enemies
totally
almost
just
won.
focused hard scoping on that guy using his super, and I get hit by a sniper. I haven't even seen a sniper in this game yet. I haven't seen one in PvP. I haven't seen one drop. I haven't seen one in PvE. I just flat out haven't seen one. I seen one in a video online of a guy that was using one in the beta.
3 minutes left.
Kind of giving a mild review on it. But I have not seen one. It's a power weapon now. So
Rise from this loss and fight again.
yeah. We lose, but I get a dang cool weapon out of it. Definitely got myself a fusion rifle, because I haven't seen one of those in the game yet either. And I did see a pretty good True Vanguard review on it, where he was just wrecking people. Basically looked like it one-shotted people and shot pretty fast at the same time. So it's a pretty good mid-range, short-range, I guess, power weapon. Probably better than shotgun, though I really like how shotgun catches a lot of people off guard, since no one's expecting like shotguns from anyone anymore, because almost it's a power weapon, right? So it's like you get a shotgun or a rocket launcher or a grenade launcher, sniper rifle, fusion rifle. Those are your huge guy picks, and you only get it to use them if you end up getting the ammo. So a lot of people don't end up getting the ammo, and they're just, you run around the corner and you try to shoot the guy with your gun. You expected him to shoot you with his gun, and he just shotguns you to the face, and you just end up dead, and it's a great time. There is no longer, first big change from Destiny 1, I would say, there is no longer a primary, secondary, and heavy weapon. Now you basically have two primaries. One is a kinetic damage weapon, which means no elemental, it's regular bullets, and one is an elemental damage, which basically is really good for shields of guys in PvE. And maybe some of the class-based shields. I'm not 100% sure, I haven't checked that, but that would make sense. If my barrier is an electrical barrier, as a striker, and somebody has electrical bullets, it would make sense that they would break that barrier a lot easier. I haven't tested this, that's just a theory, but it's the only reasoning I can see for having energy weapons in PvP. Other than that, it's basically you have two primaries and a power weapon, which is your heavy weapon and secondary combined into one. So shotguns and sniper rifles and fusion rifles, shotgun snipers and fusion rifles now all count as the same tier of weapon as a rocket launcher. And there isn't swords in this game yet, and there isn't heavy machine guns in this game yet, so we haven't really crossed those bounds, but they have introduced the grenade launcher, which I would say is basically a shitty rocket launcher. So most of the time, like, it's just a poorly aimed one-shot kill, and half the time it doesn't one-shot somebody with one bullet. So you do get like 6 rounds with it, where a rocket launcher, I'm pretty sure you only get 1. But it might take 2 or 3 grenades to actually kill somebody, and that's if you place them well. But I digress.
Enemy captured Zone B.
When you think of your weapon loadout now, what I would suggest is the same kind of approach. Before, you would try to pick a long range and a close range weapon that would work well together as a primary and a secondary. You know, if you picked a shotgun, you might want to pick if you picked a sniper, you might want to pick a hand cannon or a auto rifle to go with it, just for a little close range action, if somebody gets too close for comfort. For example, same type of concept, basically. Pick 2 primaries that cover different spots in the map, that cover different ranges. One long range, one shorter range, or maybe a mid-range and a slighter long mid-range, short range, mid-range, you know, whatever floats your boat. Know what kind of weapons you got, play accordingly, and the game pretty much plays the same, but just with more gunfights, I guess, is what it's basically what everybody's kind of iterating it as, but it's true. you do get a lot more, I guess, primary gunfights because your secondary is now a primary, if that makes any sense. But there's no shotguns and snipers in the secondary slot. You can see this guy go for that power. So I'm just gonna keep breaking straight for the other one to see if I can snag it before they get it.
Good. Show your enemy
Somehow,
what a real fight looks like.
I actually got by. That's funny. Pulling out the fusion rifle. Right here, we're about to see how OP it is.
Double kill. That shut them down. Zone C captured. You have zone advantage.
But it does make for some unique
Zone A
gameplay,
lost.
I'm not gonna lie. It does kind of bring back that, like,
You have advantage.
emptying 2 clips before you reload feels kind of good, man. You know, you're putting in a lot of work before you take the cover. Right here.
Together as one. I love it. One after another. 5 minutes. Plenty of time to fight. You're breaking them.
This guy was not expecting the double peek. So, I was a lucky kill there. He should have been expecting the double peek. He was trying to make a move in for the finish off, expecting me to hide though. And I came out and kind of caught him when he wasn't ready in the middle of... out in the open when he wasn't ready. Kind of caught him out in the open when he wasn't ready. Right here, the barrier's clutch. Because the guy runs around the corner trying to shoot us while we're in the open, and we're not in the open. He just gets caught out in the open. I try to move in for the shoulder charge kill. And often, shoulder charge will do enough damage that you can melee them straight after and get the kill. Unless they got a lot of armor on a Titan or something like that. I've had it where they either I missed a punch or maybe they just
Zone
had
C
too much health.
secure. You have advantage.
Didn't die. I've also experienced, I think it's a warlock, has one of them has an ability where they can hit
Zone
you
B
with their melee
lost.
move and get a shield. So if I try to shoulder charge
Zone
melee,
A's
he'll melee
captured.
me
It's
in between
yours.
the shoulder charge
Zone
and my melee
advantage
and
is
get a
yours.
shield, and it'll keep him from dying. And I've had that happen a couple times already. Shoulder charge is back, so I'm feeling overly confident. You better believe. It does not pay off. I get a wasted shoulder charge, no kill, and they pretty much just laugh at me as they watch me respawn.
Zone C lost. Zone B
That's right here,
captured.
I'm just
You
like,
have
God
zone
dang it.
advantage.
We have all of our team pretty much in one spot.
3 minutes
No
remain.
wonder. It just took me way too long to actually focus on who was shooting at me. I was just like, where is everyone?
Zone B lost. Careful.
Oh,
Your enemy
yeah.
is closing the gap.
Now, I'm starting to realize that they probably have all their supers.
Zone A lost. It's a power play. Get those
Always
zones
rattles
back.
me when
Zone
somebody
C
gets that
captured.
first super, because it means that everyone's about to get
Your
their super.
enemy can't kill if they're dead.
I don't even know who I killed, but I got someone. The defender takes 2 shots,
Did they?
but we get him. This guy, he punches me back. Don't punch me. Don't punch me, boy. I'm gonna punch you right back. He's just offended that I hit him. Had to hit me back. That's funny. Right here, I see I'm getting team fired. Just not looking good. It's time to bug out. See a guy going for the cap over here. Catch a guy not looking. Somehow, he doesn't take the damage for a few seconds. The shield saves me. Well, my team actually guns that guy down. Oh, the shield must piss so many people off, I'm telling you. Right before you're about to get a kill, somebody who's really good at using that shield to save himself or save a team or pin off a point. Oh, it's so nice. This guy's going real hard on his super. I don't know how I dodged it, but keep him mobile, backing up, and trying not to be somewhere obvious. I try to zone off a wall, and then go for the guys in the back, and it's probably the worst play I make all game. That's what the small barrier looks like, by the way. Like, I was getting free reloads when he ducked behind it. But I basically leaped down a hallway with a bunch of guys, and then realized it was too late after I'm already halfway down the hallway. Good time. Right here, I see a guy coming hard on me, so I throw the barrier immediately. A barrier, man, it's always my go-to. Create your own defend point, pretty much, anywhere you want. And I back out a little bit.
30 seconds.
Try to get a different vantage point, and I totally catch them from the side. This guy jumps in for the cap, and he just is not expecting us. Team fire him down from the sides. It's getting way too close for comfort. I'm trying to really watch
10 seconds remaining.
and not die. This guy, though, he clearly had no idea. That grenade, though. That last guy gets me, but my grenade gets him at the end. I don't know how we got that many kills, especially after the last game. I know how, actually. It's by not using the goddamn hand cannon. Man, I need some hand cannon practice. That's about all I know. I'm finding the striker really fun, and I'll probably continue to main this even in the next one. As long as shoulder charge is still a thing, I don't care if it's my melee cooldown, to be honest. Striker is my boy. But anyway, guys, have a good one, and good luck in the games.
It's time, Guardian. Crush them. Zone C locked. Double kill.